Yes, we are on. We are on. We'll look at this later. Oh, we'll add done. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let me change that voice right there. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. There we go. So I definitely have viewed a few comments and things like that. Yeah. Whew. Good. Well, that means you gotta let it go there. Viewed a few comments and things like that, and definitely appreciate the comments and the views. Most definitely want to say what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up. Definitely let's get right into it. Anyway, a few light issues I could do with that. You know what I'm saying? And if this is your first time joining me, I would like to say welcome to 1438 Hillside, 1438 North Night, the podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's a Hillside production. What's my name? My name is Michael Coates, but my friends call me Conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a blessed night tonight. You know what I mean? Most definitely. I'm feeling real good and understood, and it's a pleasure to see you. You know what I'm saying? On this Tuesday, January 9th. You know what I mean? Most definitely, I'm feeling good, because episode two, is definitely, about day one. And does a day one stay a day one? And how does someone stay committed to the friendship? What happens when they lie to you straight to your face? You know what I'm saying? What happens when, they flip to the ops? You know what I mean? They start going over there. You know what I'm saying? We call them enemies. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, we didn't call them ops. We just call them straight enemies. Because if you're an enemy of the state, if you're not down with me, then you're against me. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to say, happy Tuesday. And it's a pleasure to see everybody on all three platforms. If you're on YouTube, become a subscriber. You know what I'm saying? If you're not on YouTube, go on YouTube and type in OGKUSHMIL. And like I said, once again, if you're not on YouTube, go on YouTube and type in OGKUSHMIL. That's the name of the page when I first started it. You know what I'm saying? OG Smoking That Kush grew up in Milwaukee, but from the city of Shy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I want to give everybody a big round of applause. You know, it's a pleasure to have y'all here with me. You know what I'm saying? And definitely, if you're on Facebook, I go by the name of Michael Coates. That's the name the government gave me, MICHAELCOATES, the man with the golden plan. You know what I'm saying? The gold mouthpiece to keep you, cream. What's up, Mike? I ain't seen you in a while. You know what I'm saying? Want to give all the police a big, because it is what it is, and just say, let that thought hit you in the head, and check this out. So, like I said, what is a day one? And how does a day one lose day position? Because I done had a few day ones lose day position. And like I said, I am your voice of choice conversation, and it's a hillside production, and if you're feeling so inclined, it would be a pleasure, what I'm saying, for you to drop a man some stars, what I'm saying, being this mother effing good, what I'm saying? You got to let a man shine, what I'm saying? So I can sit back and recline with some lemonade in the shade, just chilling. You know what I mean? And one of my friends was like, stay on point. I'm always staying on point, except for you have to give people, what I mean, who you really are. You know what I mean? And I never veer off subject. I never veer off subjects, except for sometimes spirits come in me and I get to speaking about something and I'm just remembering something that's being put on a digital recording device. To y'all that may, yeah, definitely I'm getting it in, except for as I recount these experiences and relay them to you, I'm gonna relay them to you in a form that I feel that you could be there. You know what I mean? So when I speak to you, if I definitely can't reach into your head and grab your mind and create a scenario and for you to be there and live in there, then I'm not doing my thing. You know what I mean? And I tell you, you know what I'm saying? Oration is the cause of the sensation. Tell your mama I said hi and tell your auntie I said don't ask why. You know what I mean? So definitely, so when I speak to you, if your first time coming to me, then I'm giving you excerpt of who I am. You know what I'm saying? So definitely I gotta fix this damn thing. Oh, Michael. Yeah, I gotta get my gimbal. Damn it, that's why I bought it. You know what I mean? So definitely, you know what I mean? So today is, episode two of what is a day one? And what happens when your day ones lie to your face, straight to your face, without even a wink. Without even a wink. You know what I'm saying? Lie straight to your face. Hold on. So that So when they lie to you, they can look at you just like this and say, let me borrow 20 to Thursday and I'll give it right back to you as soon as I get my check. Or let me hold a little something till, me and my family move into this house and I'm gonna hit you back soon as I get my first three checks. Now, if you hear anything like that, you know it's something going down. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely got to give a shout out, you know what I'm saying, to what's his name down in Memphis? Don't do the favors, little young Beezy. You know what I mean? He got a song called Favors, you know what I'm saying? It's almost definitely so. When people come to you and their voice start to change, when a person starts to their voice start to change and they say, can I hold a hundo till next week because the cat ate the dog and then the bird swallowed my thoughts and it took my wig check and I ain't got nothing to feed the kids. So if somebody come to you like that, and I just had to do it like that, Demi, because God, I done got stories and so many favors that and those are some of the day ones. So if you're getting stories like that, soon as they come with a story, you better run like hell because you're about to get robbed. You are about to get robbed. That's not a lookout. That's not that's a handout. That's what I'm saying. When you give it up, you better be willing to depart with it. You know what I mean? So when your day one come, spitting voices like that, like I don't mean to be when a person say, I don't mean to be rude, or I'm not being racist, or I don't want you to get offended. Hold on. You already told me the core action of, what I'm saying, your verb. A verb is action, to explain. I heard to go to work, what I'm saying, to offend, what I'm saying, motherfuckerlicious, and we're gonna abide by the community standards on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And like I said, what I'm saying, it is a pleasure. I am the voice of choice. My name is Conversation, but my friends call me Michael Coates. You know what I'm saying? This is 1438 North Ninth, the podcast, and it's a Hillside production. And like I said, when somebody comes to you and their voice changed like one of the voices I just did, I said when somebody come to you and their voice changed like one of the voices I just did, then you better run like hell because you're about to get robbed. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll just hear something like this go. Then that that I know that that I know that that I know that you ain't gonna get your money back. You know what I mean? They want to come to you and they telling you, one thing about people who gossip and people who chat, the people who always got the story to the streets or stories to the ear, I used to listen to them all the time, because they was nosy as hell. Their noses was big and their ears looked like solar dishes, you know what I'm saying? Because they can hone in on the frequency, you know what I'm saying, from 10 miles away. If it was gossip being talked on the porch, I know people who could slide up under there like Snoop slid up, on Half Baked, for the weed. But I'm telling you, somebody always know everything about something that everybody is doing, all the time. What the hell are you doing all the time? You know what I'm saying, Benedict? You know, and so you know when a day one or somebody they come to you with that voice or that sad puppy dog look, you know it's about to be bad. You know what I mean? You know it's about to be bad. So like I said, I'm the sacrificial lamb. That's why I started the page, Street Talking Motivational Speaker. So what do you have? So most definitely, I'll tell you about a situation. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely, right about when COVID happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, right about when COVID happened, a friend of mine in Chicago died. You know what I mean? He died from, a natural cause. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Ignacio Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Better known as Iggy. Helped customize, what I'm saying, my red Honda Accord Sport named Virtue. So I went to Milwaukee. I'm kicking it with my so-called day ones. And we talking and everything, and I'm crying. And I'm around some people that I consider, friendship royalty. When I say friendship royalty, I consider them friendship royalty. These are the people, these are the men that I go around that when I'm hurt, these men help me heal back to myself. You know what I mean? These men had, like I said, these men they had good character. They had genuine souls. They had they had my friendship. You know what I'm saying? And now they don't. And I really didn't see what was funny about that, but I think it really is because once you lose your position or yourself in somebody's life, that means that you lost that person. You know what I mean? And what happened for you to lose that person? So definitely I'll give y'all the scenario. I want you to people a nice house in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You know what I mean? A well-to-do house. You know what I mean? We'll call it a single family home. Nice garage. Nice area, nice cul-de-sac. And just picture it. One family unit. Except for this particular individual. Saying was living by himself. What I mean? He, definitely he's always on his P's and Q's. Had good character, had good faith, had my friendship, had trust. He had he had personality. Him and the other two. You know what I mean? And so we sitting there and I'm talking and I'm trying to console myself. We're in a nice, pretty house, hardwood floors, big oak wood table, and we sitting there. But yet instead, while I'm sitting there and I'm trying to talk to them, they're looking at me with confused eyes and their brains look like scrambled eggs and no bacon to go with it. And what I mean by that is they couldn't understand, the juxtaposition or the physical mood that I was in, that I had just driven an hour and a half to be next to them and under them. And yet instead, I can't stop crying and talking. But yet when I talked to them, I was talking well. But when I start to remember the situation and relay the information to them, you know what I mean? It got really personal because the person that died really reminded me of my brother, Brian Fitzgerald Coates, the one and only. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give him a handout for my brother, Brian. You know what I'm saying? And definitely a big kiss to the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? Because one day I will be there, but it's just not my time right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm relaying the situation to these three individuals. You know what I mean? And they trying to hand me alcohol and drugs and everything. You know what I'm saying? And like in my other episode, like I said, what I'm saying, doing white lines and white powder. You know what I'm saying? A quarter by order. Tell your mama, tell your daughter. You know what I mean? Just a black man telling the black man's story. You know what I'm saying? And being on point about it. So while I'm sitting at the table with these three individuals and they trying to console me and I'm steadily crying, I'm getting it out. I'm purging. I'm letting go. I'm letting go because this person reminded me of my brother so much that I had to purge and let go because he was helping me define the issues and faults within my character and conversation within myself. And he was helping me get away from the cocaine and the shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And yet here, these individuals right here, they giving me alcohol and cocaine to calm me down. You know what I mean? This is how you lose your spot as a day one. So within about 2 hours time, I'm sitting there talking to these individuals. We move to another room. You know what I'm saying? We drink and I calm down. Then I start to communicate with these individuals. And then as I'm communicating with these individuals, I realize I'm pretty much good. I'm okay. I just needed to see y'all. You know what I mean? They talking to me and they got confident eyes and genuine handshakes, but they steadily giving me cocaine and they steadily giving me alcohol and weed. You know what I mean? We sitting there, and they looking at me weird. One of them looked kind of disgusted. The other one, he was kind of like, tripping. This is just Mike. He'll be okay. He emotional. He show Michael shows his feelings. You know what I mean? And the other two growing up in Milwaukee, I guess they really never really showed their feelings, as men. You know what I mean? Me having a mother who was a Virgo, she was super sensitive and she always had me in contact with my feelings because she beat the living ish up out of me. We're going to respect the community guidelines. And that just is what it is. You know what I mean? And so I was used to showing my feelings because hell, I accessed them all the time. I could have been a hell of an actor. You know what I mean? And so it is what it is. So I'm getting ready to leave this person's house. I get in my car and I noticed that the room that we were just in, that the window is wide open. The window is wide open. And if you're just now joining me, I would like to say welcome to Hillside. You know what I'm saying? But it's 1438 North Ninth, the podcast. You know what I'm saying? And I am your voice of choice, Michael Coates, but my friends call me Conversation. You know what I mean? And I would like to say welcome. You know what I'm saying? Just like that, give everybody a big hand. Uh-huh, most definitely. And definitely. And just a little music for you to choose it. Mm, mm. You know what I'm saying? And those of y'all in Milwaukee, I want y'all to say duck. You know what I mean? Shots fired, god damn it. It's coming in, and open the window and let the wind in so that command can tell you, your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend to go and come on in. So like I said, I was in this person's house in Milwaukee. I drove to Milwaukee from Chicago to, purge and talk to this man because these friends I consider, gods, friend gods, the upper echelon, the people that will always take care of me when none other will. So I got there, I explained to them that somebody, had, died, naturally at under 44 years old that reminded me of my brother and that him and I got close and he was helping me purge and clear myself of negative things that I thought made me me or that made me street. You know what I mean? So as I'm leaving, I'm packing up my car. I have a brown shearling, I was proud of because, as a young man, I couldn't afford certain things, but as a grown man, I get those things, and I feel good about it, and definitely. And these are people who probably these are men who had those items way back when I couldn't afford it because they older than me and they were doing their thing you know. So, this is my time, you know what I mean? And that was 4 years ago, in 2020, COVID time, definitely. So like I said, so I'm leaving, I'm packing my car and everything, and I look and I noticed, I said, damn, the window was open, So the old school Mike in me said, go stand by the window and listen to what them niggas gonna say about you while you not around. I said, no. I said, Mike, just get in the car and leave. I said, if you get in the car and leave, you'll never know what they truly think about you because they really act like they didn't want you there in the first place. I closed my door. Then I started walking across the street. My heart started beating. My lips got a little bit cold, and it wasn't too cold. It was slightly cold. It wasn't summer, but it wasn't winter either. It was cool enough for me to not have a jacket on. You know what I mean? So I walked up to the window and I'm just sitting there, and I just stand by the side and the window is wide open. All they had to do was turn around and look and they would see me just standing there. So there was one person by the window sitting on a stool and then the other two was sitting in chairs, and they were still chopping up, smoking and blowing lines, I'm saying, the white girl. And so I'm sitting there. Then the one by the window was like, man, I don't know what's wrong with that dude. He crying over another dude, this and this, that, and the other. Then the other one, the middle one chimed in, I'm gonna call him Shorty because he's small and he light skinned. The other two were dark skinned, and I'm gonna call the little light skinned one Shorty because he was the one that should have defended my character the most. You know what I mean? So he chimed in, yeah, he was a punk even, when he was in Hillside, this and this, that, and the other. And then the other one chimed in, man, I don't even know why y'all deal with that dude. That dude, man, he seems skeptical. Hey, but you know what? I think you should close the window because he might be standing out there. And then the fat one who was sitting on the stool, the fat one, like I said, the fat one, what I'm saying? He was sitting on a stool and he was sitting there and he was like, yeah, he crying over another man like he gay or something. And I was like, wow. And then I listened to them for the next 30 minutes, just verbally, emotionally, mentally destroy all the memories that I had of them. Every memory that I had of them, they tore the memory down about how I was a punk in the memory or how I was in the memory, and they were remembering situations and laughing about things. Yeah, the fat one. You know what a fat one is, Hollis. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. That's the fat one. You know what I mean? You know, and it's personal. Yeah, you know, and Tatum and E, you know what I'm saying? Just to be honest and put it out, champ. You understand? And so they sat there and they destroyed my character, especially Tatum. Especially Tatum. He sat there and he destroyed memories from Hillside, with Jeff Love and things, and he just tore me down. He ripped me open, gutted me, and just let me bleed. And he should have been the one to speak the best about my character because I consider him big brother because I don't have a big brother. And my little brother is deceased. Rest in peace, Brian Coates. You know what I'm saying? The one and only. You know, you know. And what Tatum should have did was defended my character because he knew me the best. Oh, fire, baby. Here's a kiss to you. Definitely. You know who he is. And then E sat there and he was destroying my character, calling me all type of punks and this and this. And all three of them niggas know I'm far from anything that they said. And the reason why they were speaking about me, because they were jealous of me. And then, they ain't got no wins. They know they ain't got no wins. They know they ain't got no wins. Then and now, you know. And so once I get tired of it, I went and knocked on the door again. And then they just like, oh man, I thought you left. I said, no, I heard every word y'all said. I said, let's go back in here and sit down. And then we walk in the room and I'm looking at the Three Stooges. And the three Stooges are sitting there with their head down. And the fat one is just sitting there, and he waving back and forth. And he got this matter of fact look. So I looked at all three of them. I said, I just want to know one thing. I said, don't nobody move because they all like to carry guns and play pow pow, shoot them up. So do I. You know what I mean? But I like to pop. I like to go boom boom. You know what I'm saying? Boom boom. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do Arnie. You know what I'm saying? Like that. We're gonna say just like that. We're gonna say just like that. So while I'm looking at the Three Stooges, you got the fat one, the short one, and the one with the glasses and the salt and pepper hair. So the fat one sits there, and I looked at him. I said, "Did you mean what you said?" You know what I'm saying? That's Hollis, and and he said, "Yeah." I said, "Why did you say what you said?" He said, "Mike, from all the years that I know you, I have never known you to cry like that over another man or somebody like that." I said, I mourned him the same way I would mourn you. You know what I mean? I said, if something happened to you, I would probably be devastated because of all the years of friendship, the ups, the downs, the no fights, just the growing from, boys to men, just growing from boys to men. I would mourn you because every memory would hit me that it was a true pleasure to be a friend in your life. And he looked at me and put his head down. I asked the little light skin one, Tatum. I said, "Did you mean what you said?" He had a vice on his neck, he had a clamp on his jaw, and he had a lock on his heart. And it hurts me to speak about this situation because within those three friends, I lost 90 years in 30 minutes because each one of them were 30-year friends. And I'm just being honest. I'm not being vengeful. I'm hurt. I'm hurt that if I hadn't stood by the window, I would still be friends with them. And I still wouldn't know how they truly feel. And they probably would be planning my demise. Like, we go on the party and kick it. Instead, we go out to the woods and they shoot me in the head. Excuse me. And that's the power of God. That's the power. Well, I'm gonna say my higher power. I don't know what your higher power is, but I will say character that night. And then when I asked the salt and pepper on E, you know, he couldn't say nothing either. And the only thing they could say was, "Mike, we not used to seeing you like that." I said that's it. That's I said that's neither here nor there. I said, the fact that I heard everything y'all said, is what killed me. And I never tell my friends goodbye. I tell them I'll talk to you later or I get at you. Goodbye is final. When you tell somebody goodbye, it's final. Either goodbye in death or goodbye in life. And I told each one of them goodbye. And I meant every word I said. I haven't seen them. I haven't talked to them. This is an open page. They can look at it. I don't care. Somebody can share it with them. I don't care. You know what I mean? They know who they are. And they know what I don't want to hear. And they know they can stay in their lane. Because I definitely don't have one. I move freely about the planet. And if you feel offended by something to say, then walk your motherfucking ass up and holler at me. That's all the fuck I gotta say. And I apologize for the community guidelines. It is what it is. You know? And that's how I lost 90 years in 3 minutes for day ones. That's how they lost their position. That's how they lost my friendship. That's how they lost my respect. That's how they lost my trust. That's how they lost me as a friend and a person. And my higher power and the universe, revealed that to me by going to stand by that window. And I need to write a poem about standing by that window because, man, as I speak about it now, it's so poignant. It's not something that I relish to talk about. It's something that I had to clear out my closet because, like I said, this platform is based on being a street talking motivational speaker. And I am the subject. You know what I'm saying? I am the voice of choice, conversation. Money Mizike, Hillside Mizike, Pimpin' Mike, Ice Mike, Money Mike. You know what I'm saying? Big Craig, big security, all of it. I accept all of it. you know. And I definitely want to say, if you're on Facebook, send your man some stars. Because, you know what I'm saying, I got 4 white men in my mouth, called regular teeth that I need to make gold. And if you're on YouTube, become a subscriber. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a pleasure because this is episode 2 of What is the Day One? What happens when the day one lies to you? What happens if a day one betrays you? What happens when the day one, gives other people information in order to hurt you, or your day one is really a frenemy? Keep your enemies close. Keep your friends closer. Be poignant and cognizant of who speaks energy into your life. I'm going to say that again. Be cognizant, be poignant, be understanding. You know what I'm saying? Be aware, be observant, and also Be tolerant, but know the totality of a person's actions in your space, and how you move and how it will affect you, or will they plot, plan, and put themselves in a position for you to receive consequences, and they get a preposition off your elimination. Understand? So yeah, so that's how I lost 90 years in 30 minutes. And it's not fun. It's not fun. It's definitely not fun. Uh, it hurts like hell, and it comes with a price. It comes with a hell of a price, because I choose not to see them, or that my wonderful nephews. You know, and it is what it is. You know, you don't get this far in life, and you start breaking relationships and bonds. You know, I seen a program tonight where the dude, he getting locked up. He uh he crashed his airplane to get some views. He crashed an airplane. Most people can't afford no single engine airplane. You know what I mean? He had a single engine airplane since he was a shorty, and he crashed it for views. And the FAA said, did this no, because he recorded him jumping out the airplane. The airplane had cameras. Excuse me. Airplane had cameras. He had a selfie stick when he jumped out. So then he gets out. Excuse me. He gets out, and so he crashed the plane. Then he went and picked the plane up with a helicopter. Oh, he picked the whole airplane up, the crash, everything. He took it to his hangar, and then he cut everything up, and then he shredded everything. And the FAA didn't have nothing to investigate, nothing. Like, the whole plane was aluminum. He recycled the damn airplane. You know what I'm saying? After he tore it up, and it's crazy, because ain't no way in hell, f that, no, 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 no. Yeah, I will. Doing what I'm doing right now with this, I am sacrificing something. You know, I am sacrificing, my privacy. I am sacrificing the truth. I am sacrificing, stories that might, dredge up a few rocks, or a few, instances, where people want to feel tough with confrontation. You know what I mean? It will do what it do. It will get some people heated. So yeah, that's how I lost 90 years in 30 minutes. And it's unfortunate, and you keep moving. So then what happens when the day one lies to your face? So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. As I'm growing up, as I was born in Chicago, Illinois, then we migrated to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Then being in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, growing up to become a young man, I migrated a little bit further. I went down to Jacksonville, Florida. I went down to Cairo, Illinois. I went down to St. Louis. I went to East Boogie. You know what I'm saying? I went to Iowa. I checked out Dallas. I checked out St. Petersburg, Florida, with Marquette. You know what I mean? Who left me, and well, that's one of the reasons why I started to move around and things like that. So we're gonna say I'm 19 years old. No, I'm not. Let's say, yeah, I'm 19 years old. I get locked up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I go to prison. From prison, I get out, go to a halfway house. I get out. I get locked back up again, you know what I mean, for infraction on parole, and then I get out, and then I'm dealing with a chick. Her name was Danica G. Danica came to the halfway house. I'm not lying. Danica came to the halfway house. It was Valentine's Day. Oh my God. This We were young men. She killed this. She had a blood red coat on, leather coat from Wilson's. She had a blood red leather shirt showing half. It was like showing half the belly because she was petite. She had blood red leather pants with some blood red leather boots with a heel. You know what I'm saying? Her hair was done and it was accented with the red spray. And I ain't telling you, that was one of the most beautiful pieces of chocolate I've ever seen because I was locked up because of her. She drove me fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I apologize, respect the community standards. She drove me crazy. So I'm in the halfway house. It's called Thurgood Marshall over on like the 11th or 13th of Elite. It was a halfway house, and if something happened, then they would tell you go to your room because then a white van will come pick you up and take you to Dodge Correctional Center, DCI, Dodge Correctional Institution up in Waltham, Wisconsin, for anybody that knows that. And I definitely not doing no shout out to that, damn it. And I said, F that. So I jump on the road. I skedoodle down to Beloit, Wisconsin, that's where I met my daughter's mother. We're gonna call her the wicked witch the wicked witch of the west, and that's how I'm gonna approach that situation. Excuse me. So I get to this little small town called Beloit. I run into this dude called Harlan. That's all I'm gonna say. And fat dude, another fat dude. You know what I'm saying? We got real cool. You know what I'm saying? We're super tight. I talked to him. I felt he was like a brother. You know what I mean? And this is where lying comes in. So I'm going through a thing with my daughter's mother. I'm taking her to court, but I'm living in Chicago, so boom, yeah. I was in Beloit, then I moved back to Chicago, and went to prison again. I'll tell you about that. That's a whole nother you dig. So with that being said, I'm over his house. I'm driving from Chicago. I'm taking her to court for child support. You know what I mean? Which, what I'm saying, the sly bitch made off good. I apologize for the community standards. You know what I mean? Because not only did she take the money that, she said in court was for my daughter's college education. You know what I'm saying? Tramp got married to some cross-eyed dude, and she's still the tramp that she is and never became a true woman, but yet the stand has master's degrees and can't give my daughter the 21,000 that she took from her. Yeah, tramp. I said it. Christy Latour White. Yeah, I said it, tramp. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Pay my daughter the bread. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Women that use kids as pawns, y'all trash, 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 trash. Like Forky. Like I was saying, down in Beloit. So I'm taking her to court for child support, and I'm doing a case at his house. So he tells the Wicked Witch of the West what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, the motions that I'm filing against her. He told him and her husband. So I was talking to him. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, are you telling them what I'm doing over here? He was like, no, but if it come up in conversation, I speak on it. I said, what? He said, if it come up in conversation, I can speak on it. I'm grown. I said, you talk to them? He said, yeah, I talk to them all the time. I said, so you ain't never said nothing about me? He said, we spoke about you a few times. I said, did you tell him what I was doing? He said, maybe. I said, I looked him in the face. Oh, I wanted to smack him in the head with a pistol. I did. His family, I know his whole family. And I looked at him. I said, I said, you're not a friend. I thought you was a day one, a new day one that I could replace. I said, but you're not a friend. I said, no. I said, you're a sore. You're the pus inside of a sore that keeps itching me and I want to pull it off. But yet instead, the sore is too ugly to pull off and it's too much pus. And either way, it's going to be ugly because the situation is ugly. And that's just being honest. And yet here I am. That was at least a 15-year relationship. Uh, uh, you know, and those are not the only ones cut off. Because there are familial ties that people think that just because they born into the same family, y'all lost y'all place. Y'all became relatives because I replaced y'all with people who I call family. So y'all are not family anymore. I don't care if you love or not. If you die, you die. Peace. God be with you. You know what I'm saying? My grandma died. Nobody cried. Peace be with her. You know what I'm saying? Peace. Gone, girl. You know what I'm saying? She's in the upper room. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to visit. Shit. It is what it is. Hell, and anybody else got a problem, you know? And so I looked at him and I told him, I won't see your kids graduate from high school. I won't see you get married. I won't see nothing about you. And he looked at me and he was like, okay. So I was like, you so quick to say that now? I said, but in time to come, you're gonna understand the gravity, you know, of what I just said. So, and I just looked at him and he just looked like a broken piece of himself because he was a traitor, and me growing up and looking at, the Anne Frank story and noticing, traitors among, you got thieves in the temple. There's always thieves in the temple. Prince talked about it, and that's just being honest. There's always a Judas for Christ, you know, there always is, and that's just being honest. So, hell, so like I told him, he was fired. I said, you fired. You know what I mean? He was like, okay. And so cool. I walked away from that. And said, I'm not saying this as a declaration that it's cool to like lose the base of people that you care about. But when those people are toxic or in a puss like fashion, or you met them through your trial, and you have to reintroduce yourself to them, because if you haven't seen somebody in 10 years, then y'all need to reintroduce yourself to the friendship, because you are not the same boys who grew up and who had ideas on becoming men. Now we don't went through adolescence, teenagers, and all that. Now we've become full-fledged grown men. And some of us still don't like each other. The time we didn't like each other then, it's only grown. It's only grown. The dislike, the discontent, the despairs, the disparity. You know what I mean? Who doing better than who? Who gonna break who face? You know, it is what it is, and it comes and it goes. And that's just being honest. And that's a lion day one. You know, you don't want to get this far and start, clipping the people that you need to make it. And that's just being honest. You know what I'm saying? It's not, what I'm saying, to feel like that, you know? And I'm just being real, you know? So hell, that's how, lying and betrayal and deceitfulness cost me my day ones. I can count on one hand how many day ones I got left, you know, because we're gonna give another example of a day one stealing, you know, and that example, you know what I'm saying, just that was this last summer, you know what I'm saying, and like I said, in the in the conclusion of yesterday's broadcast, I definitely spoke about, a day one, and 50 Cent said it the best. He said, he was standing on the top of the apartment building over in in where he from, Hollis or Harlem? No, 50 from Queens. You know what I'm saying? So 50 standing on top of the apartment building. He said, "You only gonna get as far He said his granddaddy told him, "You only gonna make it as far in life as the person that you talk to every day for nothing, for a goddamn thing. The person that you talk to every day for hours at a time for absolutely nothing is how far you're gonna make it in life." And I do applaud that concept, and I do respect that, because that's true. Because how did I get this particular item stolen from me? Because I was sitting around talking to some other day ones about things that had been in the past, and we were really sitting talking about nothing. And while we were sitting around talking about nothing, one of the other day ones came up and stole my glasses right off of my shirt, right in front of me, because I was talking shit to my other day ones, and he hurried up and took my glasses, and went and sold them. Went and sold them. Yeah, Mookie, went and sold them. Trash, trash, just trash. 30 something years of bonded friendship over some glasses that I need to see, and I got to replace them. He just trash. Trash as a person, trash as a man, trash as a human, trash as not a friend, just straight non relevant, invisible trash to me. Trash, you know? And, karma is a mother. That's all I say. The universe, she don't play. That's all I will say. You know what I mean? You know? And we move on. So tomorrow is episode 3. We're gonna end it. You know what I mean? We're gonna end. What did day one? In episodes 1 and 2, what does it take to be a day one? Can you lose your spot as in a place as a day one? What happens when a day one lies to you, betrays you, is deceitful, or stealing from you, or sabotages your spot or your position, you know what I mean? And at the same time, laugh in your face and tell you that they're on your side, you know? When? So let me get 1 second. I need to get some water, and you can get some too. Ooh, luckily, definitely. You got to keep some standby. I had it in the wrong damn room, you know? And I wonder why they still in the Stanley Cups, you know? Definitely. We used to use the Stanley on the job work sites. Now they going crazy over the Stanley Cups. And I hope they don't do nothing to nobody over them damn Stanley Cups. You know, so like I said, what happens when you catch a day one stealing from you? You know what I'm saying, or betraying you, or lying to you, or being deceitful, or being malevolent in their conversation, their actions, or say you in a contest and they helping the people against you to win against you, but you understand you supposed to be my friend. You know what happens? You know if you catch your day one, with someone that you love, with someone that you care about. You know what does a person deserve a second chance to still hold their position as a day one? Do you have the capacity? Mm, damn, that damn water tastes like steak. I will say this. One of my friends is working on my intros and my cuts and my shorts. for my podcast, and I'm definitely proud. You know what I mean? That he asked me like, man, can I do your intro, your outro to the music? And we talked for about 2 or 3 hours about how the music want to sound. And it's definitely and it's gonna be fire on how I'm gonna have it set up. And then conversation, like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be good. And I definitely want to say, you know, the day ones out there, the day ones that I still have in my life, man, they belong there because not only have they not offended, not only have they not looked for anything to tear me down, not only have they not been the best people that they can be, they're the people that deserve to be here right now with me. And I deserve to be a quality person in their life as well. You know what I mean? That's the significance of a day one. That's the beautifulness of when a person say, "I'm with my A1 day ones," is because of the respect. Is because of the time that you put in. Is because of whatever I went through or going through in life. You've been there at some point in the road, and it's respectable that you still here. That I'm still involved in your life at this point, at this juncture. It's a wonderful feeling. It is a wonderful feeling. And I do have some lifelong friends that I definitely respect, admire, cherish, and love. Mm, whew, and just to say it like that. So, on that note, I'm going to definitely say tomorrow is episode 3. And you're definitely dealing with the voice of choice. You know what I'm saying? Conversation. My name is Michael Coates. You know what I'm saying? And I will definitely be seeing y'all tomorrow. Today has been good. It has been relevant, excellent, and the relevance of the conversation and the point of the conversation is definitely, So like I said, I am definitely the one to put myself on the sacrificial tube, and I'm a street talking motivational speaker. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Tell your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend that the story had begun and it did begin. You know what I mean? And tell your mama I said hi, and tell your auntie I said don't ask why. It's the man with the gold mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? You know? And I definitely want to say Audi 5000G. You know what I mean? And one thing I want to say, love and protect the black woman. I'm a black man telling a black man's story. You know what I'm saying? Definitely hip hop turned 50 last year. I turned 50 last year. 73 was the year it was put down, baby. You know what I'm saying? And now it's global. It's a worldwide thing. I want to say, may everyone out there be blessed. Right now in the Midwest on January 9th at 6:55 p.m., we experience a lot of heavy snow. And that is a wonderful thing because I'm definitely about to go in here and watch a Christmas story and get blizzard. So thank you for, what I'm saying, your time and your pleasure and your patience. You know what I'm saying? This has been a production of 1438 North Ninth, the podcast. And I am Conversation. My name is Michael Coates, but my friends call me Convo, Big Mike, Big J. You know what I'm saying? Pippin Mike. You know what I'm saying? Conversation, baby. Hey, I will see y'all tomorrow every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. through 7 p.m. And my music is getting done. I'm going to check my man Rob and see how you got everything going on. And I definitely, it's going to be much more, cognizant, a lot more fly. I'm about to, get some different lighting put up. So we definitely traveling. Thank you for your time, respect, admiration. Send your man some stars if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, subscribe and send, take care of your man. I got to do this, And if you're on Instagram, send your man some stars, and remember y'all just like that. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to give y'all a hand, and it was definitely a pleasure and give y'all a laugh, you know, and just say, peace and give y'all some music, baby. Yes, yes, yes. And I want to say, y'all have a good day, and a good night. Thanks for joining me. And it has been good. Damn it. Let's roll. We're going to get it done. Y'all have a good night. It is what it is. Peace.